Hello. I thought I would just update vlog on I guess where I'm at. Doing good. Yesterday I worked a bit in here. I got into a good groove of I use frequently the Pomodoro technique, which is like 25 minutes of focus, 5 minutes break. And I did that yesterday, but I would do 25 minutes here in my office making stuff, 25 minutes in my computer desk is in my bedroom. So 25 minutes of like computer work in the other room and just kind of going back and forth. And that worked very well. Um, so I thought I would show you what I made. I also made a little bit finished some things today. So I have a whole tray of things. We will start with what I made yesterday. I had these pants that I was going to resell, and then noticed there was a big hole in the front of them. So what I do, especially with like pants that are like kind of thicker, uh, I will cut them up and use them as like the base for things. I was gonna make patches, and I've hopefully made a whole reel about this. I filmed my process planning on making a reel about this. Um, I was going to make some patches, but then I had a weird idea of making fish keychains. Um, and then also a bit ago when I ordered some stuff from Jewelry Supply, uh, jewelrysupply.com, which is where I get my like earring fixings, has a like clearance section where they have items that are free. Like if you order something, it's from what I am assuming some stuff they've had forever and they just want to get rid of, so they'll just throw it in your order. And they had these fish ceramic keychains, so I have 3 of them. So 3 of the keychains have those other keychains on them as well, but I'll show them to you. So here's one with the ceramic keychain. There's a little ceramic guy. Just a little fish shape. It's a scrap fabric sewn onto the back, sewn onto the piece of pants that were broken. We've also got this guy. I did a lot of different shapes of fish, and I used grommets as the eye, and then that's what it like hooks to. I thought that was kind of fun. We've also got this guy. So those are the 3 with the ceramic ones, and then I have 4 more that don't have the ceramic parts. But I think they're pretty cute. Not my I guess I thought they would be cuter. um, I still like them, and I'm still gonna sell them. But like I like that guy. I think he'd be really cute on a bag. Um, I just don't know unless these sell out instantly. I don't know if I will repeat this idea, or at least this shape. I feel like it might be better with different shapes. Um, but I have finished those. So this is my pile of things ready to be sold. This week I'm going to be going to Iridescent Daydream, which is a gift shop in Portland that I used to sell stuff at, and then I stopped, and now I'm going to restart, mostly for my earrings, which I have today finished. I'm actually wearing them. I kept a pair for myself. I made these earrings, uh, and I finished putting the findings on them. It was basically I just, with some funky fabric, sewed with my free motion embroidery, some just kind of generic flower shapes, and then I added some beads to the center of them. Gotta do the influencer focus on my hand. I'll upload photos. I'm about to take good photos of these, and that will be what's on screen instead of me messing with my hand. But yeah, so I added some beads, and then on the back, I just glued the whole thing to some felt. Just especially with the beads and stuff, I wanted to make sure all of the thread stayed holding things together. So I have a good few of them, or I think not a good few. I have 4, 3. Wait, where's the? I just sworn I had more than. Okay, maybe I had 4. Oh no, there's one over here. Okay, sorry. Yep, I have 4 for sale and 1 I'm keeping for myself. So those turned out pretty cute. And then this was a bit ago, but I don't remember how much I shared of it. I have some other earrings that I have made. I have a few of these I make out of the glow-in-the-dark stars, like the kinds you can put on your ceiling. I just kind of drill holes into them, and I think I'm not this kind of person, but I think these would be really cute if you're someone who like goes to raves or something, because like in a blacklight room, like these would be popping. Oh my gosh. So if there are any rave girlies out there, buy these earrings. So yeah, I have these, and then I also have, I've been trying to come up with different fun ways to just put random beads onto earrings. So I have these funky like hoops that just like have a small arrangement of beads on them. I had to cut down because the hoops are a little bit smaller than my packaging. I need to come up with better earring packaging, but I had to like cut the bottom off the packaging, but that's fine. And then I also had these like frames, I guess. These I got when Joann's was closing. And I would just like every once in a while go and pick up some things. I only have one. I thought I made two. Okay, I guess I only have one. Where I just kind of went and wrapped beads around this little teardrop shape. And then lastly, in this little bin, I have these just dangle ones. I just made some dangly guys. So yeah, these will all be going to Iridescent Daydream. Some might be going to my vintage booth at Main Street Vintage. I might swap some out because I think I have some more of my googly eye earrings. So I might put some of these in Main Street Vintage and take some of the ones that are currently at Main Street Vintage to Iridescent Daydream, just so I have like a little bit of everything at every store. And then some of these might end up on my Etsy shop. We will see. That's it for now. What I'm planning on doing next is another part of the pants that I took apart. I had saved the waist for it was pretty long and I don't know, substantial. So I have cut up like all these little pieces of like the waistband. And they're kind of weird shapes, but it's like thicker, like I mean it's like, double fabric, but I think I want to turn them into little landscape paintings. The brand was Cool, Kuhl. And it's a very like outdoorsy brand. Like their logo is a mountain. And so I think it'd be pretty on brand to do some landscape paintings on these scraps of fabric. So I think my timer just went off, so I'm supposed to be done in here, but I think my next time I'm in here, I will be at least priming them. And then after I do that, while it's drying, I'm going to be continuing working on, because I started this and then forgot, making the vests out of the big tapestry that I had. I've cut out 2 of them, and then I'll see about cutting out more, but I also might just make these into vests and call that good. And yeah, I don't have any pet sitting today, so it's all business, which is exciting because last week I had like so much pet sitting that like this kind of stuff fell behind. But I'm excited to be doing stuff. And we're gonna keep on doing stuff. What's up? So I have kind of hyper focused for the last little bit and got some art done. So for 3 of the like pieces of waistband from the pants, I put on some clear gesso as just like a base. You can kind of see it. It changed the texture a little bit, but I still need to paint on those. But then for 2 of them, I decided to go the textile route, and with some of the scraps from the fish, I made these little wall hangings. Just with the design is really simple, And I did it with this one too. And then I made some beaded little hooks for them. This I got the idea. This is not my original idea. I got at least for the beads. I got this idea from, I think it's India Hannah, something like that. A YouTuber I've like really gotten into. She makes studio vlogs, and I just obsessed with her art. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but I like finished them. I like totally got hyper focused. I wasn't planning on finishing them today, but I did, which is a good thing because that means I can like pretty much immediately take these to my booth. I have photographed all of the earrings and all of the keychains. And then for these guys, I just need to photograph them and then put my, I think it's in here. Yeah, I have little labels that say my name on them. So I'll iron those onto the back, and then they'll just go straight to the vintage booth. I love when I make art and it doesn't rot in my home for a while. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, good morning. It is Thursday. And I'm gonna be doing a lot today. This is my I don't have to leave the house today outfit / painting outfit. Cause yeah, we've got a lot happening. So this morning I have finished all of my reselling stuff for the week, which is exciting. And I wait, what am I saying? Oh, and so the rest of today is going to be pretty much exclusively working on my creative business, which is very exciting. I'm feeling like we're going to make a lot of headway. But another thing that's happening today is that I hopefully mentioned this earlier, but I am starting a thing where on Thursdays from 1 to 3, I am doing what I'm calling my independent study. This is time for me to study. I am a self-taught artist, and a lot of what I do is kind of just winging it, which I think for the most part like works, but I would really love to gain some skills. um, and there's lots of different skills that I want to gain. So I think just blocking out this time to like for skill building is going to be important. Now, most of the time that's going to be like drawing, sketching. I want to get better at like painting still life. So like I'll do like a whole probably a few weeks on that. But today, which is kind of my first one, I am gonna do something a little bit different, even though it's the first one. So like whatever. I received in the mail yesterday this adjustable vintage punch needle tool. So I think today we are going to do, I feel like what could be a fun term for it is a tool deep dive, I guess. I'm going to learn how to make this and like experiment a bunch with it, because this is technically adjustable. So I think it would be worth it to figure out what that means and what all the different options are. And then I have other like punch needle stuff, so it would be cool to explore that as well. And maybe make like a little reference guide for like what different things, what different lengths, what different whatever looks like, so that when I want to punch needle, I know kind of more what the fuck I'm doing. Um, I think the important thing, which is something very important for me to remember with these independent studies, is the goal is not to create a finished product. So I will not be making punch needle stuff to sell. I am exclusively trying out my tools, seeing how they work, trying different techniques, and learning more. So that, yeah, again, later when I want to punch needle, I know again what the fuck I'm doing. So that's what's happening later today. Hello. I am. Oh, I have been working on punch needling, with my new tool. I have figured it out pretty well, I'd say. Doing pretty good on it. Took me a bit to figure out, but I'm glad I set aside this time to figure it out. Um, Instead of, I think, when I am like, oh, I'll just start with the project and I'll have this big project idea that I'll do, but then all the like hurdles you need to jump at the beginning of learning the new medium and trying a new tool then are just frustrations on the project instead of getting all the kinks out before I do an actual project. So this has been really good and insightful. Um, I have been doing these little squares. I've done just 3 little squares, but that's fine. I started with, here, I'll see, this one. This is the like middle, because you can adjust the length. This is the middle length. This was my first trial, and yeah, came out pretty good. This one is the second trial, and then this is the longest the length can be. And then this one started out as the shortest length, but this is where I learned that you really need to tighten that screw at the end, because I didn't even notice that it had like gotten shifted and so then it was longer. But this was still all really good to do. Here's the back. I've learned a lot about the technique that I prefer and whatnot. And now I have 3 more trials I want to do. First one is going to be, because this is middle, highest, lowest. I would love to get swatches. I guess this is what these are. of the in-between lengths, just to know what I'm working with. And then these ones were all with just straight lines. I learned pretty quickly that I going up, cutting it, going up, cutting it, like not. I'm sure I could go up and then maybe nah. Um, but that's what you see here. I just like go up, cut it, and then do that again instead of like going up and down and up and down and up and down. But I know that like I'm not just gonna want to do squares, or images with really sharp lines. So I want to experiment with. I think I'm gonna do like a spiral just to see how curves go for me. Um, and yeah, I have some studio vlogs queued up. I was listening to music and then podcasts earlier, but I think yeah, we're gonna do some put some studio vlogs in the background and keep going on this. I have 1 hour left. It is 3, and I finished my independent study at 4. So yeah, a few more experiments to do, and then that will be it. I'm really excited about this. Okay, so we've done it. It is 3:50, so 10 minutes left, but I'm calling it. Oh, I'm tired. Turns out punch needling for like 2 hours straight, not a move. But I have completed. I need to glue, which I might do. No, I should do it today. Okay, after this, I'm gonna trim everything and glue it. But yeah, we're done. I did 2 more swatches of the different lengths, and then I did one where there's just a spiral in the middle, just to test out how doing curved edges. Because I think how I've seen punch needlers do it is you line like the outline of it, and then you do straight lines to fill it in, and that worked pretty well. I filled in the spiral, like you can see on this side. I filled it in with just some green, and it definitely is a lot sparser than the rest of them. There should definitely be a few more rows in there, but I don't want to punch needle anymore. I'm excited about this medium and doing new things with it, but not today, and maybe not for a few days. But again, I do think this was a uh, very good thing to do. I now feel a lot more comfortable with the medium, and I feel a lot more confident in making stuff with punch needle. And now this is just another tool in my tool belt that I can pull out when I want to. And I guess the other thing we're trialing is I think I'm going to use Mod Podge for gluing it, because that's what I have. That's my preferred white glue. So yeah, I'll just throw some Mod Podge. I'll trim everything, throw some Mod Podge on, and then yeah, we've done it. We've punch needled. I'm proud of myself for sticking with this idea of the independent study. I think next week I am pet sitting. So, and the next 2 weeks I will be pet sitting on Thursday. So I think both of those are going to be drawing independent studies, because I can do that at the person's house. My sister and I do like overnights. So I'll be there for most of the day, hanging out with this person's dog. So I think those will be drawing, because I can just bring a sketchbook and some pencils with me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. This isn't the end of the video, or maybe it is. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go now.